Something shocking just happened in Atlanta, and it left Falcons fans stunned. One moment, Ray Mloud was a smiling, dependable presence on the field, catching passes and returning kicks. The next, he vanished from the roster, no injury, no suspension, nothing announced. Just gone. And now, the story behind his sudden release is starting to unravel, and it's far more complicated than anyone expected. Ray Mloud was more than just a player for the Atlanta Falcons, he was energy, reliability, and professionalism wrapped into one. Since joining the team as a free agent in 2024, he quietly became a backbone in the locker room. He wasn't the guy making highlight reels every week, but he did the little things right, started 14 games, appeared in 21 of 23, contributed on offense, and handled punt and kick returns with steady hands. In the first 4 games of this season, he had 6 catches for 64 yards, nothing flashy, but enough to earn respect from teammates and coaches alike. And then, just like that, he was gone. Released without warning, leaving fans scratching their heads and teammates stunned. No major injury. No suspension. Just a quiet cut that didn't make sense, at first glance. The first hint that something was off came in Week 6 against the Buffalo Bills. Ray wasn't injured, he was simply a healthy scratch. Falcons reporter Tori Melanie confirmed it, noting it was a coaching decision. After the game, head coach Raheem Morris addressed it casually, "Coaching decision on Ray tonight. Just like everyone else, anyone you put down that's not active, we decided to put him down tonight. He'll be back out there competing next week. We had everyone we needed. We got everybody we wanted tonight, and we got out there and got a big win." On the surface, it sounded harmless. Maybe it was just a rotation. Maybe the coaches wanted to give younger players some reps. But as the weeks went on, it became clear this coaching decision was only the tip of the iceberg. Here's where the timeline starts to get really interesting. October 9th, the Falcons posted photos of Ray participating fully in practice. Everything seemed normal. October 13th, he was ruled inactive again for the Buffalo game, still no injury, just a healthy scratch. October 15th, Ray's birthday. Now, things get even stranger. A local promoter posted about a birthday party for Ray happening the weekend before, reportedly October 11th, but that post was later deleted. Put it all together, and suddenly you start to see a picture that doesn't quite match that everything's fine narrative. Healthy scratches, deleted social media posts, a shift in tone from coaching staff, it hints at a story behind the scenes, one that the Falcons haven't fully explained. So what really happened to Ray Mloud? Why was such a reliable, veteran presence suddenly cut? The answers are buried in the timeline, and what we do know is that this isn't as simple as a routine roster move. Something bigger was going on, and it's shaking up Atlanta's locker room in ways fans haven't seen before. Falcons fans, what do you think really happened to Ray Mloud? Was it a coaching issue, off-field drama, or something else entirely? Drop your theories in the comments, let's break this story down together. Here's where the story starts to get really complicated. Every trace of that birthday party post for Ray Mloud has now vanished from the internet. Completely deleted. And that raises a question: if it was completely innocent, why erase all evidence? After that Week 6 game against the Bills, Ray didn't practice at all the following week. When head coach Raheem Morris was asked about it, his response immediately caught attention. He said, "Obviously going through that process right now, talking with him, but that's the distraction I'm dealing with. No one else." Did you catch that word? Distraction. Suddenly, this wasn't just about football, a roster decision, or a game plan. It was something personal, off the field, something the Falcons clearly wanted to separate themselves from. And then, just a day later, Ray was released. Up to this point, the facts are clear and verifiable: dates, quotes, appearances in practice, and healthy scratches. But after that, we enter the world of theories, the pieces of the puzzle that help explain why a reliable veteran suddenly got the boot. Theory 1: repeated behavior and culture fit. Under Raheem Morris and GM Terry Fontenot, the Falcons have made it clear, this is a character-first team. They want players who are locked in, accountable, and consistent. On a young roster, setting the right tone in the locker room is everything. One possibility is that this wasn't a one-time thing. Maybe Ray had shown patterns of distractions during prep weeks, or the coaching staff felt his focus was slipping. On a team trying to build a winning culture, even small repeated issues can add up. Releasing a veteran after a distraction week would send a clear message: no one is above the standard. But here's the catch: the theory doesn't fully sit right. Celebrating a birthday, even if poorly timed, usually wouldn't justify cutting a respected veteran who's been contributing steadily. Which brings us to theory 2, the one that really fits the timeline. Ray throws a birthday party on Saturday, October 11th, just 2 days before the Buffalo game. On its own, nothing is inherently wrong, everyone deserves a birthday celebration. But in the high-stakes, high-pressure world of the NFL, the timing matters. Could that party have affected his focus, preparation, or mindset for the upcoming game? That's where this situation starts to make sense, and where the invisible line between personal life and professional expectations becomes critical. This theory, more than anything else, starts to explain why a player who seemed so steady and reliable suddenly found himself cut from the team. Maybe it was something small: a late arrival to Sunday's walkthrough, a missed team meeting, or perhaps Ray just seemed sluggish or unfocused that morning. Whatever it was, the organization clearly found out he had been out celebrating the night before. And suddenly, the tone changed completely. That explains why Raheem Morris's messaging shifted so sharply. Just a week earlier, he was saying he'll be back out there competing next week. Then, all of a sudden, it became, that's the distraction I'm dealing with. That's not football talk anymore, that's cultural talk. It's about accountability, focus, and setting the tone for a team that's trying to build discipline and a winning mindset. In a team under reconstruction, every action matters. If a player's choices affect game readiness, even small missteps can no longer slide. Celebrating a birthday isn't wrong 2 days before a game, or not everyone deserves that. But in this case, something clearly happened Sunday morning that changed the Falcons' perspective. That morning became the turning point. From that moment on, the pattern is undeniable. What started as a routine coaching decision, a healthy scratch, quickly turned into a distraction, and ultimately, it ended in Ray's release. The Falcons decided that culture, accountability, and team standards came first. Now, the team moves forward without him, refocusing on football. Drake London and Darnell Mooney step up as the leaders of the wide receiver group, while young players like Casey Washington and Jamal Agnew get their chances to prove themselves. This move sends a message: buying into the team's culture is non-negotiable. Losing a veteran like Ray Mloud is still a blow, especially for a young quarterback who relies on dependable targets. But Raheem Morris and GM Terry Fontenot have made it clear: the culture always comes first, no matter the talent. So here's the question, Falcons fans: what do you think really happened? Was this just bad timing, a case of optics gone wrong from a simple birthday celebration? Or was it part of a larger pattern that the Falcons felt they could no longer ignore? I want to hear your theories, because this is the kind of story that gets fans talking, debating, and analyzing every little detail. Drop your thoughts in the comments. The timeline, the healthy scratches, the deleted posts, everything could matter. No matter the answer, this situation is a powerful reminder: in the NFL, sometimes the biggest headlines aren't about touchdowns or interceptions. They're about what happens off the field, in the locker room, in meetings, and in the decisions that shape a team's culture. And let's be honest, Ray Mloud gave everything he had for the Falcons. He was reliable, steady, and respected in the locker room. He contributed quietly but meaningfully, and his presence will be missed. While the exact reasons for his release might never be fully revealed, it seems clear that the birthday celebration and the way it looked to the team played a major role in the decision. For a young, rebuilding team like Atlanta, culture and accountability come first even when it's hard. And that's exactly what the Falcons are showing with this move. Falcons fans, what's your take? Was this all about optics, or do you think there was something deeper at play? Drop your theories in the comments and let's break it down together. This story isn't over, and your voice matters.